I am probably the last one to talk about this. Viviana is at peak of complaints right now. But why? Why Viviana, and not someone else, say Jessica Alter is not flashy gameplay-wise either, but she doesn't get as much hate as Viviana does. So let's go back in time a bit and see why. Viviana's first appearance was as a mini-boss of Near Light event. People quickly got hooked by her flashy design, so Hypergraph decided to give her a second go. Viviana appeared in CC8 as a double mini-boss on par with Tola. Her second appearance hooked even more players, and she became a highly anticipated character. After almost 2 years of silence, Arknights drops a new event and everyone goes nuts. Viviana the Candle Knight herself is here, but it is not the Viviana people wanted her to be. You see, Viviana is hella mid. So let's break down why. Viviana, as practically any other unit from this event, has rather underwhelming damage. Her first talent is giving her a damage buff, and as we know, she isn't the best at it. It also gives some damage reduction, which is not anything crazy, honestly, so you can literally forget about this talent. But she also gets a second talent, which gives her a shield, which is purely RNG and is not as reliant for survivability. Now, what's good about Viviana? First of all, and this is probably the most important part, Viviana is a melee arts DPS. Which already means a lot, as we don't have as many of such units. And it always feels like melee arts DPS characters are all pretty good. Second of all, her damage is mid in comparison to what? Chubai, Surtur? Yeah, that's true, but it's not true as you might have thought it was. Viviana actually does almost the same DPS as both Surtur and Chubai. Her problem is that she does not have multi-targeting and has a lame, slow attack speed. But both of her main skills have a pretty nice SP cost and a lot of survivability stats. Let's just look what she does. Her second skill gives her a lot of defensive stats, block 2, a gambling DPS, and also attack speed steal, which is good if you want to stall someone. Overall, it is not bad, except that Viviana isn't that tough. Like, there are still a lot of bosses that can kill Viviana during the skill. Her skill 3 also gives her defensive stats, it gives her range and damage, but it is only good from second activation and further. You will oftentimes find yourself activating it for the first time just to get to the second activation faster. Also, a very interesting part no one really talks about is additive and multiplicative buffs to her attack are tripled during the skill. The reason for that is the triple attacks she does, so every bit of multiplier is stacked thrice, which is nice. But again, her survivability isn't good with the skill either, which brings us to the next section. What can her module fix? I think her shield talent should receive a talent activation chance buff and cap the number of shields at 3. You see, right now, you might get lucky getting a few shields in a row, but there is no consistency, as you might just get unlucky a few times in a row and an enemy is going to kill her. So to prevent that and make her more consistent, she really needs that shield cap increased. Her other talent could receive some buffs, but they probably won't be any significant. Now, what I predict will happen, Arknights, as with many other operators aside Viviana, is oftentimes trying to raise drama around operators. It is clearly seen throughout lots of their actions, they want the community to complain. Sort of rise the hype around some weird decisions, which I think they do clearly intentionally. And Viviana is no different. She was probably meant to be mid. Will she get fixed though? Yes, but I suppose the first model that she will get will simply buff her first talent's damage and tanking, which is terrible, and which will once again form complaints from the community. But after it will be over, she'll probably get a second model that will accommodate her second talent. Peace out, lobsters.